Geosynthetic reinforced soil construction using layers of 4-track geogrid reinforcement represents a cost-effective alternative to conventional construction methods. In this case, a soil retaining wall is to be erected behind an existing old retaining wall up to 9 meters high, which is subject to a protection order. Subsequently, a noise protection barrier was to be erected on top, set 5 meters back. The total height of the construction is 25 meters. The soil retaining wall was built up directly behind the concrete wall, with the lower third consisting of geosynthetic reinforced soil. Right-angled construction steel mesh was used as concealed cladding. A gap of 200 millimeters was left between the construction steel mesh and the concrete wall, which was later filled with mineral wool. Since recycled concrete with a pH value of approximately 11 to 12 was used as backfilling material throughout the construction site, alkali-resistant 4-track geogrids from HUESKER synthetic made of PVA yarn were installed. This PVA geogrid is extremely resistant to extension, maximum strain less than 6%, and is therefore also particularly suitable in cases where only minor deformation is permitted. The landscape supporting wall, which at the same time serves as a noise protection barrier and will later have a height of up to 16 meters, was constructed on top of the soil retaining wall 5 meters away from it. 4-track geogrids with strengths of up to 140 kilonewton per meter were used as reinforcement. This noise protection barrier was necessary to reduce the noise in a new residential area being constructed in the direct vicinity of the A46 motorway. The soil retaining wall was required in order to bridge an 18-meter difference in height in the terrain, in order to create sufficient space for the planned residential area. In order to provide proper landscaping and greenery under these particularly extreme conditions, an erosion protection and greenery matting with integrated lawn seeding was used for the initial landscaping. Here too, angled steel mesh at an inclination of 80 degrees was used as concealed cladding to create the front surface. Even during the construction stage, the considerable advantages of this method of construction became clear. Flexibility with regard to design, technology and adaptation to local conditions. Simple and fast construction method. Very economical solution. Environmentally friendly, since locally available fill material could be used. Excellent integration into the landscape. The construction project manager recounts his experiences. We've just completed the third stage of geosynthetic reinforced soil. In the first stage, we used extruded geogrids. In the second and third stage, we decided to work with 4-track geogrids from HUESKER synthetic. 4-track was easy to handle. Our experience was extremely positive. The 5-metre product width allowed us to work fast and gain economic advantages during construction.
Bewährung einbauen.
Approximately 50,000 square metres of 4-track geogrid were incorporated in the construction of a supporting wall as part of the extension of the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Coconut matting underneath the steel grid on the approximately 3,000 square metre surface facing of the embankment prevents loss of backfill during filling and subsequent compaction, and also protects against erosion. For the initial landscaping, hydro-seeding was applied to the coconut matting after completion of the supporting wall. On the A6 motorway between Madrid and Lugo in Galicia, a completely new road project was undertaken using over 300,000 square metres of 4-track geogrids with strengths up to 250 kilonewton per metre. With a design life of more than 100 years, flexibility in handling and low deformation characteristics, 4-track geogrids from HUESKER Synthetic fulfilled all the criteria for the construction of this new project. On this building site, the Olecki system was used, a moving cladding which is anchored to the footings and thereby provides the relevant inclination. In this case, the inclination is 83 degrees, combined with a wall height of up to 23 metres. Following compaction of 2 layers of approximately 250 millimetres, 4-track was installed and wrapped back into the soil. The front filling with topsoil accelerates the growth of greenery and allows subsequent healthy root formation. Growth can be further accelerated by additional hydro-seeding. Four-track geogrid permits forward-looking construction methods with technical, ecological and economic benefits. Four-track geogrids are ideally suited to piled foundations, reclamation of wasteland, void spanning, basal reinforcement applications, stable embankments for landfill construction, or, as shown here, for steep embankments and walls under dynamic load. Four-track geogrids from HUESKER Synthetic.